And reconvening open session, the regular meeting of Fairview District 72, Board of Education. It is February 21st, 2024 at 7:02 p.m. We have already established that we have a forum tonight. I'd like to ask you all the members of the public to be respectful of everyone at this meeting. Ensure that you're silent your cell phones and please join me in reciting the pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We're going to start with the approval of the minutes of the regular and closed meeting of January 17th, 2024. May I have a motion and a second to approve the minutes of January 17th, 2024?
Second.
All right, any corrections, comments, okay. All those in favor of approving the minutes, say aye. Aye. Any opposed, say nay. Okay, that is approved. And next, we have the approval of payments of bills. May I have a motion and a second to approve the payment of bills in the amount of $702,304.33. So moved.
Second.
Any questions regarding the bill? Okay. May board secretary please call the roll call vote? Please like them? Yes. Rafael Kabor.
Yes.
Diane Diakakis, yes. Jacqueline Boucher, yes. Estera Musa. Yes. I can be quite over that. So you want to write it down? That's right.
We will call you last on any of these roll call votes so that you can unmute just before your name is called.
All right, thank you. All right, we're going to move to the parent teacher association report. We have a representative from the PTA that would like to report to the board.
Evening. We had a very busy past month. The last time I saw you guys, we actually had our winter dance and bingo. We had a great turnout. Thank you to everyone who came in, and thank you to a lot of the newer establishments that actually donated a lot of it to us. So thank you to it's on the restaurant that we cookies. Fat Rosie was in his last one. Actually caught up the check for $90, which is a huge thing for us. Yeah. They are asking to help out for we've been to the book fair last week. That was our first time in person the past 2 years. It was a lot of fun to see kids, different change, their money. It was the kids were really happy. It was a great day, I think. Baby needs to be school donates every year for taxes. She knows that a lot of kids come in $20 always donates to cover kids' taxes, which is this year. The same week, we actually had our Valentine's Day classroom parties, and unfortunately, I don't have any K through 4th anymore, so I moved on to first week that was at it was great. Our next general PTA meeting is March 12th, and then tonight we actually have express free fundraiser again at Express. Maybe 5 months next month, or nothing much. Yeah.
They're going to remind the school legislative report, and then when the board or administration have anybody who would like to share.
I'll start off, just an event that was across the territory and the school was a place game, which was February 9th. The event itself is run by student council, so I know there's a lot of work that is done through all those students, and Mrs. Albers, your teacher, Mrs. Dansky, one of our PE teachers are the sponsors, so they, really take ownership of that, like gift cards, they made t-shirts, Dr. Rick received throwing some stands, so it's an event that, we really look forward to doing, every year. We try to get different teams every year. We talk about, we try to add a couple more groups throughout the year, so we're going to do that, for future seasons. So that was a really exciting event. I just want to make sure that I gave a little bit of a plug to student council for all the great work.
Echo the Sylvia's comments. We've had a lot of exciting activities. So our students love going to the book fair last week and also the Valentine's class party today was a highlight, 100th day of school. So a little bit later than we're used to, but we had some 100-year-old first graders come up today and their teachers, the kids had a great day. And then also just a plug for kindergarten registration. So that opened last week. So if we have some registrations coming in, but if you have papers or friends, we're excited for you to stop in later this year.
So last week we had our, parent and advisory committee. We had our, book chat and scheduled for earlier this month, but of course, we rescheduled it, so that was book chat, session 1 for the anti-racist kids, which is the book that we've been reading over the last month. We had a pretty good turnout, really awesome conversation. There was some new faces there, which was great too. We will have our session 2, I believe it's March 5th. Yes. Also, next week wraps up the Black History Month acknowledgement series. This year nationally for Black History Month, the observance is specifically on African Americans in the arts. So each week I've been sharing with our primary and middle school team a really short slideshow to share in the report, classic and advisory, and they've been highlighting all of the arts. So I think week 1 was contemporary art, week 2 was poetry, week 3 is music, or week 2 was music, week 3 is poetry, and then next week it will be about culinary art. So I got a lot of the feedback from the teachers, just saying like, oh, this is really different, different from the traditional folks, which we usually highlight and recognize. So I tried to come and do something a little different this time to share with you. That's it.
All right, next is our board discussion. The superintendent, please introduce the report to the board.
Introduce Karen Hunt, the supervisor. Karen has prepared a presentation that covers a couple of different topics that relate to food service. And later on in the agenda, we do ask that the board consider approving a purchasing co-op agreement. So Karen will also explain that. So welcome. Thank you for being here this evening.
Well, thanks for having me. Nice to see you guys again. I saw a couple of you come through the kitchen last year to visit, and we always welcome this. So this is just a quick update of what's happening in the kitchen this year. I just wanted to let you know that 37% of the student population this year is eligible for legal use. We thought that might go down with our second students sleeping, but it seems to have gone about 3%. That's about as high as we go. Of our student population, these are just graphs of those different re-participating columns who's taking advantage of school meals. So on average, about 70% of our population takes advantage of school meals, and it's really across the board, like 71%, 73%. 75, 7 in school meals, which we really yeah, that's January 31st, we sold about 50,000 school meals, so that's about 10,000 a month. We're to do about 95,000 school meals this year. It's not our highest, but it's certainly. Last year, we, met with the president of the board, and she had a couple of requests from the kiddos out there, and so we put a couple different initiatives in and wanted to see what they're doing this year. We went back to a salad bar, we had that pre-pandemic, but that just wasn't something that was available. We brought it back twice a week for the grade graders, and it seems to be just the right amount. They're not overly saturated with vegetables and vegetables, which I would love them to eat more, but you know, it is. And but also it uses up some extra that we have in the kitchen, so it's nice. Excited to sell small waters to the fifth graders. So we serve about 220 waters a month or so, I should say, which is a decent amount. It would definitely stay. Added a chicken Caesar salad, which has been a great success. It's actually taken over the garden salad. So the kids really like it, especially the older kids really like it. So that was the on the menu for sure. Pesto pasta is a new item that we put on this year. It's kind of take off of the noodles and pasta that I think the kids in this area are familiar with, and they really like it. We have one more. Typically what we'll do is we serve it 3 times and then make sure that it hits a minimum of 80% acceptance level, so that makes it the top of the kit. And this one so far is hitting that mark, so we give them a lot. And then we had hot stickers, which all the adults really like, and we really like, but the kids don't like. So the whole grain wrapper, it's not looking enough, so that's didn't make it cut this year. The last 2 years, Sarah was there, the nurse, and I have gone into K1, 2, and done a groceries and vegetable program. And it's really fun to get out to the little kids and see what they have to say about fruits and vegetables, and to bring new items to them. Sometimes new things, sometimes like probably a banana here. We do wait open a common kind of chickens they always see, and then sometimes chickpeas or whatnot. They really enjoy it. So we'll be in the classroom starting next week through the end of April. And what we do in April is the kids come to the rotation tour, and it's just really fun to see them all there. I'll see them stand in their refrigerator. Yeah, the classroom. Every single time. So they get to go in the refrigerator and then relearn. We'll be doing a taste test. We do this every year with usually 5th and 6th graders, but we'll pull 3rd through 7th graders to see what they'd like to see next year on the menu. We already have a couple things that we're going to test with them, some plant-based options. We'd like to put a plant-based option for everyone on at least one a month. So I'm trying to get that. And then finally, we are part of a co-op program to purchase foods. We get a very deep discount by being in this co-op. Well, part of the forest used to manage the whole thing for us, but their regional instructor is retiring, and we're big enough now as co-op to kind of go on. So the co-op is asking that each school that's part of this co-op sign an agreement. So that's and the reason that we're in it is, first of all, we get very deep discounts. We also have to do a lot of procurement through the National School Lunch Program. And if we're in the co-op, there's just an umbrella where they we also have a very nice number of peers to support each other and just get new ideas and see what's working out there that's happening out there. One ideas, right? So it's definitely a good for small schools.
pay for the whole. So like, for example, the water, now that we've kind of seen how that works, is that something that we would expand to kindergarten for? That, what is the thought process?
Well, we typically don't sell anything additional to K through 4 because, we have 20 minutes for lunch and that's barely any time for them to take for eat. So with them, they have additional items with maybe a time frame difficult, but it, I don't know, something like we should like, take a look at it.
When they get a beverage, do they get an option, or you just, but like, milk chocolate, it'd be like milk chocolate, milk and water, they get an option?
They could, but they would have to pay additional for the water. No, it's not included in the school lunch or waters. So, they could, I mean, we could, well, to do that.
I only ask because my two children never drank milk. And they did drink juice because of sugar content, whatnot. And my boys have grown up on water, and hopefully they're gonna be healthy boys, and I don't know, they're getting in other ways, but, that's all they drink, and it's all they drink now. It's bottled water, fountain, et cetera. So I just wonder if there are other students, students here that are somewhere that prefer water. And then not dairy drinkers too, they can have an option.
Maybe the review here in house, soil, currently out here, they have, accommodation with nurse. So they can certainly ask for stuff if they like. One other thing that we could do, think about doing is, just putting water cups near the water fountains, because you go to get water and purchase the water. I mean, it's not a huge money maker, it's a convenience, for sure, more than anything, but it's.
Or we just ban those cameras in some water.
Well, thank you for your time, I love cooking for your students and, being able to get to them, and I always appreciate how much support they get from the board. Thank you.
I need your tap over. Yeah, and chickens, super tops, and it's something to get and express, so. Okay, next up is the February superintendent report, and just a couple of items to touch upon. The preschool enrollment continues, so we continue to try to get the word out. There are about 35 students right now. So we would expect for them to just continue to get through the spring, even into the summer, that we can have this. The other is we're taking our personal planning for next year, so looking at the number of sections at each grade level, where we may need additional support or recommendations that we're working out to the board for the next couple of months. So that's always a good process. And then just the ongoing monitoring of instruction, just a quick update on that. We have a shortened punch list, but we still have quite a punch list, as you can see from the exterior of the building. A lot of things that can't be seen quite so obviously. There will be pretty much from now until spring break, no contractors working at all on site. In the building, they won't be outside the building. We are hoping to wrap up the rest of the punch list over spring break, landscaping, some concrete work that still needs to be done, and some issues internal. So we are hopeful that we will want, we're done with this project. So we'll see. It's supposed to be August 1, that's quite a ways off. But we're getting closer. But there are just numerous issues and conversations about costs and contractors, etc. So it's getting a little bit more difficult now to try to get them to get the job done. From the standpoint of student use of the building, and community use of the building, we're feeling in really good shape as far as that goes. Playground still has a little work to be done. I have noticed today the spinning was removed. That is not a part of the construction project. We have had numerous injuries, children on that toy. And so we have to just ask the parks to get it out.
That was too many people were getting hurt. And that will be replaced with a different piece of equipment, but that's something that we need to say. In the next couple of months, so that will be replaced. And the Parks District is still kind of up in the air about whether or not they want to replace the musical instruments. Some of you might remember. I wasn't aware of it because I never got. They got replaced for the musical instruments. I don't know about that. So I swear I was not bragging on that balcony, but not that long. So we'll see. So there will be a replacement for the city. We'll find out about these next months, in the next couple months. That's my update on construction. I think the children were very disappointed when they went out today and this really was missed.
Yeah. Yeah, it worked right over.
Yeah.
There's like
And the bench.
yeah, like every time at night, big months in space. Something just like, wow.
Yeah.
So much that they could get.
It's not a piece of playground. So that's construction.
All right, so moving on to board committees and representatives. We're gonna start with the education technology committee.
We met last month, and it was more with, preschool registration and sort of logistics of the classroom, furniture, et cetera. So that.
All right, I go to finance committee.
Yes, the finance committee met a week ago. So Sargon actually were present and we discussed a variety of topics, including the yellow center agreement that is also for tonight, as well as a few other items, some conversation about construction and trying to finish construction. Jeff, is there anything else?
We touched on the upcoming bid for custodial services we can get into both buildings and grounds and finance committee going forward. That'll be happening in the next month and a half. And then personnel plan again. I think that was pretty much it. We started the budgeting process for next year, but it's still very high level at this point.
Representative Raphael,
Yeah, so the legislative dinner that happened, I wasn't able to attend, but I want to see you, Jeff. So no updates there on that. I do have updates on, I know I had talked about it the last time, the 3 initiatives that I've read and have been involved in for this year. There's an update on one, which is the new arrival student funding. So there was a $35 million proposed amount that they had, that ESP had included into their fiscal year 25 budget for recommendation to be passed. So at least they're looking at that now, so 35 million for that new arrival student funding. The other 2 initiatives were, one was, deprioritizing school polling places. No movement on that one, still we can conversation with legislators. And then the other one was just tackling high cost special education. And also no movement on that, still continue conversation, collaborating with different legislation. And then on 2/15, EdRed launched a podcast for all of you that are excited to listen to a podcast on education and legislation. It's available, and I can send a link to all.
Jackie and Emily on that. Don't lose this month. Next up is freedom of information. I did report that there was one freedom of information accuracy left, the last board meeting, and it was responded to as required. And no, okay, no. Fine. We have 3 information items in for finance. Sure, quick summary. There are 3 submissions for information items and correspondence. The first is from Pam Philville and family thanking the board for the baby gift that was sent. The second came from Rachel Olson, for the flowers sent to her during a difficult time. And lastly, the third submission was from Jude Della Shaw, thanking the board for the flowers sent during her recovery. We are going to go on to public comment. At this time, I'd like to invite members of the audience to address the board. If you wish to address the board, please come up to the microphone, state your name, a 3-minute time limit will be set, and the board secretary will keep the time. All right, we are going to blank our actionable item. May I have a motion and a second? So moved.
Second.
To approve board policy as discussed in January. Anybody have any questions or comments? Will the board secretary please call roll call? Please, yes. Rafael Moore,
Yes.
Jacqueline Boucher, yes. Diana Gagos, yes. Esther Thompson. Yes. May I have a motion and a second to accept the resignation of Principal Larkin? Any questions or comments?
Second.
Will the board secretary call roll call? Rafael Moore,
Yes.
Diana Gagos, yes. Jacqueline Boucher, yes. Christine Swayze, yes. Esther Thompson. Yes. May I have a motion and a second to accept the resignation of orchestra teacher Messina? So moved.
I'll second.
Will the board secretary please call roll call vote? Jacqueline Boucher, yes. Diane Gagos, yes. Christine Swayze, yes. Rafael Moore,
Yes.
Esther Thompson. Yes. Something a little more. A motion and a second to approve the joint agreement with the Northern Illinois Independent Purchasing Cooperative. So moved.
Second.
Board secretary, please call roll call vote. Diana Gagos, yes. Rafael Moore,
Yes.
Christine Swayze, yes. Jacqueline Boucher, yes. Esther Thompson. Yes. All right, finally, they have a motion and a second to approve the 3-year intergovernmental agreement with the Nile Township ELL Parent Center. So moved.
I'll second.
Board secretary, please call roll call. Rafael Moore,
Yes.
Christine Swayze, yes. Jacqueline Boucher, yes. Diana Gagos, yes. Esther Thompson. Yes. Finally, does anyone have any items for future consideration to share? May I have a motion and a second to adjourn the regular meeting of Fairview Board of Education at 7:31 p.m.
Second.
Will board secretary please call roll call vote? Diana Gagos, yes. Jacqueline Boucher, yes. Rafael Moore,
Yes.
Steve Swayze, yes. Esther Thompson. Yes. Okay, sure.